So I could teach you to tie some excellent flies, and that's great, but much better, I think, is if I teach you not only the flies, but during the teaching of the flies, I teach you some techniques and some concepts that will apply to a whole lot of your tying outside of those flies, and I think you come away with a lot more gained. So this is the Skip's Promise. My wife named it, by the way, and it's a dry fly. I think I probably the last few years have used this more than any other dry fly on trout streams. If you tie it big and yellow, make the front legs stubby, it's a grasshopper. If you tie it big and yellow or gold, it's a golden stone. Now at this point, we have the head dubbed, and we have nothing but bare thread coming off just ahead of the hackle. And there's a reason, I'll explain it. The reason we're not going to put in the rubber legs, the rubber strand legs after the wing is because they would be bound on a hard layer of thread. Instead, I want them to sink into the soft dubbing, which makes the legs really angle out. Now let me show you a great way to get rubber strand legs onto a hook. Just double them over the thread. This is so much easier than trying to hold them up against the hook. And then you've got them looped at the center, and you just slide them down to the hook, and you're there. Now I'm going to angle them a little bit down on this side because as I tighten the thread, they're going to roll up to the other side. Now if I bound those legs, then bound the second pair of legs, I'd have the same problem I described a moment ago, and that is that the second pair are going to be bound on top of hard turns of thread. So I'm going to use this very same turn. This is the turn that's holding these legs on my near side, and I just lift the thread, loop the rubber strand again, and then a little bit high, I slide them down to the shank. And so here's what we've got so far. And they're off balance, they're tipped towards me, but as I tighten the thread, I'll hold, you might have to hold the hook, but as I really tighten the thread, what's going to happen is the legs go firmly out to the sides and they rotate until they're level at the sides. We call that thread torque. When you tighten thread, things roll around the shank, so you compensate for that.